problem is that the roles and responsibilities for men have not changed since the beginning of time. To be a halfway decent guy, you got to provide, you got to protect, right? If I get up in front of a crowd and I said, I'm teaching my sons to be future husbands and future fathers. Oh my gosh, that's so responsible. Yes, we love that. But if I say I'm teaching my daughters to be future wives and future mothers, well, what are you teaching them? What does that mean? And that's because the roles for men have not changed. But no one even wants to define what the roles for women are within the household. Because as soon as you put roles and responsibilities feel like restrictions and barriers and oppression to women who have a feminist mindset.
Man, I know that was quick and to the point, but I love it. So shout out to the content creator. Listen, this is a really, really deep rooted issue. And before I actually touch on the actual message on what they were articulating, let's bring it back to even how we got here, right? And at the very end of that video, he said it's the feminist mindset. Now, this is why, and I made countless videos on this. Countless videos. This is where I stand, right? I believe women can do what they want to do, right? However, in the way that the society's set up, individually, yes, we should all be able to go out, make our own money, be prosperous, be happy, right? But for some reason, and here's the thing, though. Here's the crazy part about it. For some reason, with the feminist mindset, they feel like the man is putting them down. But on a bigger scale, it's the black man, which is crazy. And so, listen, I'm not going to say that every different culture and ethnicity don't have these conversations. I'm not saying that at all, right? The message that he put out is permeating through all different races. However, it's so loud over here on the black side. It's just super loud, right? And so, again, women can do what they want to do, but I think the wrong viewpoint on it is that somebody's against them when they're trying to do it. Listen, us as men, we like, hey, sis, do your thing, right? But we also saying, don't try to chop us down while you doing your thing. Because we not trying to hold y'all back. Listen, y'all went out there, y'all put in work, right? Y'all got y'all degrees, y'all got y'all careers. Hey, shout out to y'all. We not worried about that. For some reason, y'all think we worried about y'all. We not, right? And I don't want to stray too far, but I'm coming to my point. It's the feminist mind state, but that permeates deep rooted into trust. That's what it comes to. It's just the trust factor. Because a lot of women feel like they're better than men. A lot of women, they feel like they're smarter. They feel like they know more than them. And I'm talking about just on life. They feel like they should be running things. They should feel like, they should be in positions of power because they know better. They feel like they can raise children better. They just all around. They honestly feel as far as they don't need men. That's how deep rooted it is. So when you come to the message of the video, he's saying, man, when you raising a son as a father and you instilling these values in them, people cheering you on. You see what I'm saying? They cheering you on. Hey, man, that's right, bro. Hey, good job on raising that boy the right way. But when it comes to the little girl, when it comes to the daughter, they got to check you, right? They got to put the magnifier glass up to check the details, right? Hey, I hear what you're saying, but let me double check because I know better. That's the mindset. For some reason, I don't know how. And before I finish that point, right? Look around. just take a second, and this is when I want to speak to the women. Look around. Everything that y'all enjoy has been created and built by men. I would say 99% of it. And I'm not saying that weren't brilliant women out of time who probably didn't get their just due, who probably didn't get their credit, right? I'm not saying that. But the houses that's being built. And listen, before I go into this, yes, are there women everywhere in every particular job? Yes, but that's not the majority. Not even is so minute that it's not even worth mentioning, right? So I say that to say everything around in the infrastructure and the livelihood that's being built is created by men, right? It's protected by men. It's upheld by men. Most of the jobs that women do, truth be told, don't really, I'm not going to say they make an impact, but they don't really bring value. That's my viewpoint on it. They make an impact, but they don't really bring value. So what I mean, a lot of women still work in the healthcare field, right? It makes an impact, right? But doctors can still do that as well. You know what I'm saying? Just because they do different tasks and different roles in the hospital, which majority led by women, and there's women doctors, I'm not gonna say that, but majority are men, right? And there's nurse men too, but majority of women have been doing the same roles for the millennial. Secretary job, the easier jobs. And I get it. Listen, nobody want to really work hard. Men do it because that's just the way we design. But I say that to say, and I'm not going to say that it makes impact. Like a lot of different entertainment stuff that women are into, like the makeups and stuff like that. Listen, that stuff brings impact. But true value is stuff that actually move the needle on people's lives. Women don't have to have makeup, right? Again, anybody can do the job in healthcare, right? But I'm not saying that they may not do it better. Men probably don't do it better than women, which is probably why it's so dominated and whatever. But again, I don't want to go too far from the message. The point is the mindset of a lot of the women now is that they feel like they're better than men. And that's the wrong viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? And when he's talking about they want to check the list and make sure, you're doing it right, that's just the wrong mindset. And that's the feminist mindset is what he's talking about. Right. And that just came from a lot of cultural manipulation of women. Right. When it comes to the stuff they've been seeing since they growing up, the stuff they've been told inside the households, through the colleges, through social media, through cultural media, through the news, through the movies, you know what I mean? The entertainment, like through up and that's just been permeated. And again, men are not trying to hold women back. As truth be told, we celebrate when a woman's successful in whatever endeavor they want to do. That's the honest God truth. We're just saying that let us do us. Y'all do y'all. Hey, y'all want to be not technically in that role of whatever was designated from the beginning of time. We like, sure, y'all can do that. Y'all don't have to be in that role, right? But when we try to stand in that role, don't try to dictate how we move and how we do things. That's really what he's saying. Like, y'all celebrate me when I'm raising a boy, but when it comes to the little girl, just because she's a woman, it's a problem. Y'all need to check the list, check it twice. Y'all need to read the fine print. Y'all need to look at the details with a magnifying glass. Y'all got to ask 1,000 questions. You see what I'm saying? And that's just wrong. So, but shout out to this content creator, man. That's my little quick thoughts on it. I'm sure somebody could probably even say it more eloquent than me. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Subscribe, hit that share button, like button, all the above. And I appreciate it again. Much love. Peace.